Hello everyone, my name is Sila Shuizela, roll number LCB2022051. Today, I'm going to talk about my experience with anxiety and depression. Let's get into it. What is anxiety? Anxiety is a natural response to stress, but it becomes a disorder when it occurs excessively and persistently, even in the absence of real threats. What are the common symptoms of anxiety? Excessive worrying, number one. Excessive worrying about everyday situations, events, or activities, even when there is no apparent reason for concern. Number two, restlessness. Feeling restless, on edge, or being unable to relax. This may result in difficulty in concentrating or focusing on tasks. Number three, panic attack. Sudden episodes of intense fear or panic, often accompanied by physical symptoms such as shortness of breath, chest pain, and dizziness or even trembling. Number four, sleep problems. Having difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or experiencing restless, unsatisfying sleep. Anxiety can make it hard to quiet the mind and relax. What do you mean by depression? What is depression? Depression is a mood disorder characterized by persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and a lack of interest or pleasure in activities. Common symptoms of depression: sadness, loss of interest, changes in appetite, thoughts of death. These are the most common ones, and there are many more of symptoms that can happen to a person with depression. If you want to see more, you can browse it in your Google. How do I have it? We will get into it. Anxiety and me. At the beginning, it was the split up of my parents. As for me, the split up of my parents had a great effect with my mental health. This happened when I was 13 years old. I was a religious boy when I was a child. I lost my way to God and trying to find happiness in the bad things. It is number two, trying to find happiness in bad habits. Next is guilty. Guilty about something you may continuously ruminate or obsess over the situation, replaying it in your mind and analyzing every detail. This constant rumination keeps the guilt alive, leading to heightened anxiety. My guilt increased my anxiety and also my bad habits. But as I have said, the main thing is the split up of my parents, but I can't blame them because every parents have their can have their decisions. Let's go to the next slide. Depression and me. Number one, overthinking. Soon after my anxiety, I realized I had depression. It started with overthinking, which affects me a lot. And as I became older, I started having body dysmorphia. That is number two. For me, because of lack of sleep and diet changes, because of my illness, I was a weak and skinny boy, which makes me insecure about myself. I can't even say a good thing about me. Number three, fear of failure. Everybody experiences this, but as I have anxiety and depression, this makes it harder for me to get over my mental illness, me and my illness. I started with self harm, yes. Like most people, I have harmed myself, punching walls, etc., which sometimes makes me feel better, but not all the time. Losing interest. I lost in everything that I used to love: football, basketball, etc. I was just living. It was me and my thoughts. And number three, thoughts of death. Self pity came, asking myself why this has happened to me and why me. I look around people and They look happy, which makes me want to kill myself. That is number three, the thought of death. And number four, trouble sleeping. As I have an anxiety, I have trouble sleeping. Even if I slept for hours and hours and hours, I would be still tired, or sometimes I wouldn't be able to sleep at all because sometimes these voices in my head became so loud. Because of my anxiety, my mind don't rest well. It is talking to me all the time, constantly saying bad things about myself. Let's get into the next slide. The change. It was in 2021 when all things start to get better because of a single Bible verse for me. Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and I want to thank God for everything he had done for me. How do I deal with it? After that episode in my life, I've consulted a doctor more. I consult doctor and I take my meds, and this really helps me a lot in my recovery. I started taking care of my body, doing what I love, taking exercise and playing sports again. Number three, talking to someone. Even though if you might feel like nobody loves you or nobody wants to talk to you or something, talk to someone. They will hear you out. And number four, self love. You have to love yourself to get over your illness, because self love is the most important thing. Get away from negative people or negative thoughts. Try to do better every day. Next slide. Do I get better? Yes, I get better. But sometimes they came back. But I know how to deal with them now. But there are some traumas you never really heal from. Okay, that's my experience with anxiety and depression. I hope you like my video. Leave a feedback or a comment down below. Thank you.